All right, this is the succession quiz. Number 1 says the accompanying diagram shows some changes in an environment over time. So we've got A, where it's a nice deep pond. Then we've got some more plants. Here it's starting to fill in. And here it's completely filled in because there's trees and mushrooms and snails. So it says, which phrase best describes this sequence of diagrams? A, the path of energy through a food web in a natural community. B, the altering of an ecosystem by a natural disaster. C, natural communities replacing each other in an orderly sequence. Or D, similarities between an aquatic ecosystem and a terrestrial ecosystem. Okay, number 2. Number 2 says, an ecological process is represented below. Which statement describes an event in this process? So it talks about time, as time is progressing over 300 years. You can see it starts as grass and it ends up as large trees. So A says, community B modifies the environment, making it suitable for community C. B says community D modifies the environment, making it suitable for community C. C, community E will develop into community A if the environment remains stable. D, community A organisms will develop directly into community D organisms. All right, number 3. Number 3 says, which statement best describes one of the stages represented in this diagram? So it starts as weeds and grasses, then becomes shrubs, then a young forest community, then a mature forest community. So which one of these best describes one of the stages? A, the mature forest will most likely be stable over a long period of time. B, if all the weeds and grasses are destroyed, the number of carnivores will increase. C, as the population of shrubs increases, it will be held in check by the mature forest community. D, the young forest community will invade and take over the mature forest community. Number 4, a volcanic eruption destroyed a forest, covering the soil with volcanic ash. For many years, only small plants could grow. Slowly, soil formed in which shrubs and trees could grow. These changes are an example of A, manipulation of genes, B, evolution of a species, C, ecological succession, D, equilibrium. Number 5, years after the lava from an erupting volcano destroyed an area, lichens started to grow in that area. These were gradually replaced by grasses, shrubs, conifers, and finally by a deciduous forest. In this sequence of events, the lichens functioned as A, primary consumers, B, climax organisms, C, abiotic factors, or D, pioneer organisms. Number 6, if the deciduous forest remains unchanged, it will be referred to as A, a pioneer community, B, a climax community, C, a food chain, or D, the biosphere. Number 7, the diagrams represent events that occurred during succession in a pond. So down on the bottom of A, it shows sediment. Same thing here, here, and here, but you can see the levels of sediment change. So what is the correct sequence of the stages of succession in the pond? Did it start as B, then change to A, then D, then C? Or choice B, did it go start at A, then go to B to C to D? Choice C, it started as a pond in C, and then went to A to D to B. Or choice D, it starts with B, then it goes to D, then to A, and then to C over time. All right, number 8. In a certain low elevation environment in New York State, lichens and mosses are the predominant forms of life. This community most probably represents A, a terrestrial climax condition, B, the early stages of succession, C, reforestation practices, D, an aquatic biome. Number 9, the diagram represents an ecological process. Which statement is most closely related to the process shown in the diagram? A, climax communities do not develop in aquatic habitats. B, ecosystems tend to change with time until a stable system is formed. C, humans have modified the environment through the use of technology and pollution. D, succession involves changes in plant species only. Number 10, the diagram represents succession in a temperate deciduous biome. Which statement best describes what would happen if a fire destroyed all the organisms in the climax stage? Well, as we go through, it says it's increasing biomass. So which statement would describe what would happen if a fire destroyed all the organisms in the climax stage? A, drought-resistant shrubs and succulent plants would replace the climax stage. B, the shrub stage would become extinct. C, succession would begin again, leading to another climax stage. Or D, grasses would be a dominant plants in the new climax stage.